the time and I heard that I was ugly. Came from a bitch who nigga wanna fuck. I said my face bomb, ass tight, racks that go shack height, jury on me flashlight. I've been listening since last night. Hit him with that good, make a nigga act right. Broke boys don't deserve no pussy. I know that's right. Big bad, that's another Bentley band. Take a man, Balenciaga brought it back and all these bitches fuck. It's big.
Hey guys, I am back, Miss Breezy. I know it has been a long time since I posted a actual YouTube video. I have been posting a lot of short videos, but this is a TikTok live video that I do every morning with my TikTok live fam. Make sure you guys actually follow me on TikTok at Miss Breezy MUA 97 to get on my lives to see the daily Get Ready With Me. So right now I was putting a powder on my brows just to absorb any moisture. If you ever wipe your face with a makeup wipe or wash your face every morning, you still have that moisture on your skin. So I put a powder, a setting powder, or any type of powder that you have on your brows to just absorb that moisture. Personally, I do have combination skin, so sometimes I can be very dry, sometimes I can be very oily, so I just use that setting powder just to absorb any moisture. Just to see if it worked for me, and just to see if it's worth telling other people to try. So right here, I was going to use my Magic Collection brow gel, but unfortunately it dried up on me, so that's why you don't really see anything. So I was like, you know what, let's just go back to base one and use our brow pencil. So that's what I'm doing now. It's just using a brow pencil now because my brow gel dried up. So that's what we're doing now. So as you see, I am about to outline my brows with a darker pencil. I think this is a black pencil. I normally do not use a black pencil, but I was on TikTok Live. This is a TikTok Live video, and they wanted to see how my brows would look if I use a darker pencil. So that is why I'm using a black. Normally, I use a dark brown and a more light brown pencil. I normally determine on my brows depending on the color of my hair. So if I have lighter hair, I normally use a lighter pencil. If I have darker hair, I normally use a darker pencil. But just for this video, they wanted to see dark brows. So that's why you see me using a darker pencil. So now I want you guys to really see how I'm doing my brows. Even though I did start off with a black pencil, I'm still using the front of my pencil with a lighter brown shade. I did not want my whole brow to be black because honestly, I do not like black brows. So I did compromise with them and let them know that I was going to use brown at the front of my brows just to give it more of a natural look to it. Because I just don't like black brows. To each his own if you do, but for me personally, I am not a big fan of dark brows. So here I always like to clean up my brows with a much lighter concealer than my skin tone. It just gives it more of a highlight effect when it's time to actually apply the shadow. So I normally use a lighter shade than my actual skin tone. A lot of people may think that that's not how you should do it, but me personally, I just like the way it looks at the end. So I am using two different type of concealers for this. I'm using Pro Touch in the shade Pure Beige, and Julia's Place in number 12. As you know, this is a TikTok live, so you're going to see me talking a lot, interacting with all the people that have joined the live that day. So don't mind all the talking. It is a TikTok live video that I am shortening into a YouTube video. So yeah, I am talking up a storm. We have so many different type of conversations, personal, funny, like we're like a family. So please follow me on TikTok at Miss Breezy MUA at 97 to join the family on my TikTok. Cause period. So for the top of my brow, I love to use my foundation shade for the top of my brows because I just don't like the halo brows that people be having when they be using a lighter color at the top and bottom. So just to make it more uniform, I would say I use my foundation shade. I'm using a Juvia's Place foundation in the color 345 for this at the top, and I just blend it upwards once I'm finished. It just gives it a better look and finish at the end, and you don't have to worry about that halo brow. We ain't doing that no more. So yeah, that is what I'm doing. So right here, I use my Juvia's Place Eye Prime Eye Prep in the shade 1 to prep me for my eyeshadow. It is a base that really allows the color to really be more pigmented than what it is. I do recommend using a brighter base for any type of color that you're going to use. And I also recommend when you use that base, please use a fan or something to allow it to get tacky first before you decide to let that base blend in. The reason why is because that base has a moisture to it. It is a wet base. You don't want to just start blending in immediately and starting to apply your shadow because for one, it's not really going to show. So as you can see, I'm using my fan, allowing that base to get tacky. So when it's time for me to use my eyeshadow, we're not worried about the shadow moving or not showing in the proper way that it should be moving. So just a tip when it comes to using a wet base. that. And I only have to do my own as well. But I can't stand laundry. I hate it with a passion. I'm sorry, but I do. I hate it with a passion. Good morning, love. I can't stand it. It's exhausting as well as tiring. Thank you, baby. Like, if I could explain to you all the steps that go into laundry, you'd be like, oh, yeah, I never really realized that. Some people think it's just taking the clothes and putting in a washer. But if you live in an apartment like me, you got a short. So, one thing that I have noticed using this Juvia's Place Cultural palette, I have used this palette a couple times, and I'm just going to be 100% honest with this palette. When it comes to blending different shades of the same color or trying to blend with different shades in general, it do not blend like it should with the other Juvia's Place palettes that I have used. As you look further into this video, you will see the more that I apply a different blue shade, it starts to fade. Like it starts becoming like a blank area, like the shade of the foundation of the eyeshadow starts to fade away. As you can see, like even now applying this more darker blue than the blue pure previous, you can see like it's not really blending like it's supposed to. So you do have to keep going back into the same color and reapplying just for it to really blend. Now, I'm not sure if that's just the palette in itself or if it's just like my base that's underneath it. Um, I have been trying different ways to apply it with base or without base, but as you can see, I have to come in numerous of times and reapply the shadow because it's just not doing what it's supposed to do. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You see that I'm trying to apply another shade of blue. I have to go back in with the previous shade of blue again just for that to show. And then when I'm trying to apply the darker blue, it's like not showing. I don't know what it is with this culture palette. I don't know if it's because of my base or what, but it's just like not giving what it's supposed to give. Like it was so many times that I had to keep reapplying and reapplying and reapplying. It was just crazy. Like, see, I'm trying to put on a darker blue. You can barely even see it because it's not showing. So at first it showed, but like as you can see now, like I'm applying even a darker blue. But as you can see, it's fading out the blue previous of the one that I'm see, like, come on, Juvia's Place. Like, I love you guys' products. I have numerous of them, but this culture palette needs a little bit more work in the factory because the way that this is not blending, it was definitely hard trying to keep going back in. Like, look, do you see this? Ridiculous. Like, at this point, I was getting a little frustrated. I'm not gonna lie. On this TikTok live video that I did, like, I was getting so frustrated because it was like, look at this. Like, do you see every time I try to apply, it's like not showing? Like, look, like all of the color that I pretty much put on there, it's fading away. Like, I was getting frustrated a little bit, but I was not trying to show it because I was on live. But like, come on, Juvia's Place. Like, I represent y'all a lot, and all of my palettes that I have is basically Juvia's Place. But like, come on, this Culture palette could have did better. Like, the blue shades, like, I've noticed when it comes to the more darker shades, it's not giving what it's supposed to give at all. Like, Juvia's Place, if you need me to like do reviews on your palette, I would do that, because the Culture palette was being very difficult. Like, can you see, even with trying to put my liner on, like the patchiness of, like, look at that. Like, do you see this blue? Like, it's not was giving what I was trying to give with this look. It was actually a recreation look that I saw before that I was trying to do. And baby, it was not giving. As you can see, I'm cleaning my lashes. I had individual lashes, and I was just taking the product off. But like, can you see that? Like, oh my god, it was not giving what it was supposed to give at all. Alright, so right here I am going with a primer that I got from my local beauty supply store from Magic Collection. It is the Ultra Smooth Primer. It was like $3.99 at the beauty supply store, but I actually like it. It definitely makes your skin very smooth. When it comes to foundation and everything, it definitely holds it and gives it a better look. So I'm not gonna hate on the beauty supply store because it definitely did what it had to do. All right here, I'm just adding my blue liner, but I do have my Juvia's Place foundation on my skin in the shade 345 and 415. So I'm in between those shades, and this foundation smells so good. Like, compared to the Revlon foundation that I was using before this has such a nice fragrance to it, and it's not too much. So I am definitely going to be getting some more of the Juvia's Places foundation because I just love it. I love the smell. I love how it applies. It lasts long. It has just the amount of coverage that you need. And yeah. So when I do my foundation, I do not apply it all the way up to my eyelids. I leave that blank and only apply my concealers there. Just for me and my preference, I don't like to have concealer on top of foundation because it just gives it looking cakey. Like, so I do only blend in my foundation halfway. But yeah. Okay, so after blending everything in and contouring the nose, I'm going in with another beauty supply store product. It is a setting powder from Magic Collection, I believe, in the shade Buttercup. So I just put that in the areas that I concealed at. And I do put a little bit like on my brow just to give it like a little faded effect and remove any darkness that was there. I just like the way it looks when I apply some of my setting powder on my brow. So, and then I'm contouring with the Juvia's Place Deep Dark palette, just to add the warmth back into my face after using a lighter shade of concealer. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Okay, some people may be new on my TikTok. Now, we like to call this cutting the concealer. So I'm using a shade that is closer to my skin tone. I preferentially use much of a shade that's closer to my skin tone because when it's time to do this part, I don't like to see like the light line there. So I use something that's closer to my skin tone when I do this. And yeah, so I'm using that and it's in the color Rich. This is also another beauty supply store product as well. And then I'm just wiping away the Buttercup setting powder and then getting prepared to adding my foundation powders from Juvia's Place in the color medium and tan. So yeah, I'm going in with my foundation powders from Juvia's Place. I actually love these. They're very soft. As you can see, they really show. So it is true to this color. It definitely gives that color back after concealing and setting and all that jazz. So definitely love the foundation powders from Juvia's Place. I can definitely say they did a good job with this product. But yeah. Okay, so now I'm going in with a soft blush. The reason why I did more of a soft blush is because our eyes are bright and blue, so I didn't want to go overboard with the blush. I did something more natural. I forgot the product name. But now we're going in with our highlighter. Just, got a glow for the girls. I like to put it everywhere on my face because, we want to shine bright like a diamond. Because, period. Now I'm going in with my Juvia's Place lip liner in the shade Coffee Bean. I definitely love this lip liner. It definitely applies very smooth. I just like the way it outlined my lips. There's something about that dark brown liner that really just like made the look come together more. So yeah, this is a Juvia's Place product in the shade Coffee Bean. y'all, so we are finally towards the end of the video. This is the final look. I wish it would have came out better than what it did, but please like, comment, and subscribe. Love y'all so much. Bye.